Hello, my name is Brian Mason, and I'm a first-year freshman here at San Francisco State University, and this is my Harvesting Dreams to Reality story. I was born and raised in Oakland, California. I did a lot of moving around as a kid. I lived in Pittsburgh, California for probably most of my childhood. But I ended up moving to Arizona after my father passed away in 2009. So the relocation there, it was kind of rough because it kind of divided my family. But in the end, it was just me and my mother. And pretty much we stuck through, hell and back. We went through some struggles when we were living in Arizona. We had some situations that weren't very beneficial for us. But we got through them a lot, with each other's support, with each other's love. We definitely did get through it. But she passed away in 2015, unfortunately. So that led me to relocating to Sacramento, where I began pretty much my journey. After my dad passed away in 2009, me and my mom went through some struggles, and one of those struggles were pretty much trying to find a father figure for me. She would, try to find someone that would, teach me how to be a man and, just try to be the man of the house. But I ended up being the man of the house because the situation, it would turn very violent sometimes, and I would end up having to defend my mother from the father figure. But this was when I was in 8th grade. I came home from school. I think it was after like a play or something that I attended, and my mom and her boyfriend were arguing. So I tried to, step up and say, hey, this isn't right, you guys shouldn't be arguing. And I actually got pushed by the boyfriend, and I kind of blacked out after that, because whenever I get mad at like that type of situation, I always black out. But what I remember is that we always would have to, leave the house because sometimes police will have to be involved. And during this time, police weren't really like active in our community. They didn't really care about us, so really police didn't do anything. So we just left towards like hotels, just restaurants, anywhere where we can get away from the situation. Definitely when I lost my dad, it was like a wake-up call. Because I actually, going to his funeral, seeing the open casket, it wasn't a pretty sight to see. No one as a child should ever go through that. And the fact that I went through it, it kind of like made me like more cold. Because as a kid, I was very active, but as soon as I, seen my father in his casket, I became very isolated very quickly. And I didn't talk to many people. Me and my mom, we were close. So pretty much I would come home from school, she would greet me at the door, give me hugs, kisses. And pretty much she would always have like some of my favorite foods out because she knew that I like to eat. So she would always feed me some good stuff, some mac and cheese. Man, it was amazing, But me and my mom, we were pretty close because we only had each other. And we had been through things with each other, so it was only fair that, I always spent a lot of time with her. Oftentimes she would take me out on like these many dates to like my favorite restaurants, and it was a pretty good experience. I'm glad that I lived through that lifetime because it definitely taught me to cherish the good moments that you have in life. One day I woke up for school, I seen her, laying down, and I said bye, and she looked at me, and pretty much that was the last time that I seen her. The boyfriend called me later on when I was finishing school, told me that she had collapsed, and I was confused at first because, I figured that, she was just dehydrated or something. But then I figured out later on that she had acute kidney failure. And so my sister came down here along with my grandpa, and they rented out a hotel for us. and we just stayed there for 5 days, you know, trying to see if there was like any brain activity within her. And there was like nothing at all. She was considered brain dead. And so my sister, she had to pull the plug on it. And that was pretty much the last time I seen her. I was right there by her deathbed, you know, holding her hand, you know, saying my final goodbyes. And I was just glad that I was there to, you know, help her, you know, pass on to the other side. My mom is very, very hardworking. She was pursuing a college degree, and she actually graduated with a college degree before she died. And she's one of those people that once you get to know her, she's like one of the best people out. You know, as I mentioned, she had diabetes, high blood pressure, nerve damage, and she was legally blind, but she was still taking care of me, running the house, and going through college. And so I aspire to be like her because she's taught me like everything in life, you know, just how to be a man, how to do regular things, you know. And so I appreciate her for being in my life. Even though it's unfortunate that she's not here, I still know that she's always watching over me and that she's guiding me in the right direction. Sophomore year came around and IYT was introduced to me, and it helped me out a lot, I'm not gonna lie, because when I came to my high school, I was at a 0.9 GPA, and they had brought me up to a 2.8 GPA. And that was something that I felt like I could never do because I wasn't good in school, you know, around high school. So I'm glad that I found some type of light in my life because IYT has definitely changed me. You know, they've allowed me to do many different things, you know, meet many different people. And so I'm just thankful for the path that I've chosen, because if I didn't choose this path, then I would have been a dropout in jail or dead. So some things that I've learned about myself is that I'm a creative. You know, I do video work, I do photography, and I like to do a lot of my work behind the lens. I see the world in a different way behind the camera. So working with cameras, it's always been a passion of mine ever since, you know, 2015. And even though it's a newfound like passion of mine, I think it runs in the family because I have a family that's full of artists. And so I'm kind of grateful that my family is, you know, an artistic one, because it's allowing me to share my mind and my thoughts within, or for the world actually, so. I learned that I can get through anything that I want to. I just need to dedicate my mind to it. You know, dedicating these 4 years to high school, it was crazy because I thought that I couldn't do it, but I actually ended up graduating, and I didn't think that I could do it. But I think that my strength is just, you know, being able to adapt to many things, just adapting to my environment and staying resilient throughout the whole process and just trusting the process. I think that's my true strength. And with anything I face, I know that it may be difficult, but I can get through it.